Hi, this is Donna. Welcome to DD Paper Crafts, and in today's video we're going to be making this 3-inch square cube box. This box is really quick and easy. Let me show you how I put it together. I'm making a box for a pot of face cream, and I need my box to be 3 inches. I've actually been able to make the lid and the base for this box out of one sheet of the Lidl cardstock. I'm scoring at 3 inches and 6 inches, rotating the cardstock and scoring at 3 inches, 6 inches. Once we've done that, we want to create a score line between the outer corner and the inner intersection point where the score lines meet. So I'm lining up my stylus with my intersecting score lines, and I'm just going to score, and you need to do that on all 4 corners. Okay, so that's basically our box base. We're now going to fold and burnish each of the score lines, and we want to fold in each of the corners like so. And as we're folding up, we want to make sure that the top edges of our box are meeting. So there is the base of our box. Now we're going to create the lid. So for the lid, I've cut a piece of cardstock which is 7 inches by 4 inches, and along the 4-inch side we're going to score at 1/2 inch and 3.5 inches, and along the long side we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 3.5 inches and 6.5 inches. And then I'm going to rotate the cardstock once again. Within one of the 1/2 inch tabs, I'm going to score at 1.5 inches down to the first score line and 2.5 inches down to the first score line. I'm going to fold and burnish along all of the score lines. I'm going to cut away the small corner at the end. So this is the unscored 1/2 inch tab, so I'm cutting away the corner and I'm going to cut a wedge out of this back piece. I'm going to cut away this left-hand corner and cut a slight wedge. Rotate the cardstock. I'm going to cut away this 1/2 inch tab on the right hand side, completely stopping at the center score line. And at the moment I'm leaving these straight. I'm going to do the same on the left hand side, completely cut away this side section. And then I'm going to, within this small scored section here, I'm going to cut up each of the score lines, and I'm going to cut away the outer sections. So I'm just left with this tab here. So I'm going to use a corner rounder round these sections here, but you can leave those straight. The idea is this tab here will adhere inside like so. This is the back of the box. Like so. The panels at the side. So none of this, the only thing that's going to be glued is the tab onto the back of the box. The panels are going to sit inside like so. This is the front. This comes down and this comes down over the front of the box. So this is how the box sits. So you can either add a little bit of hook and loop maybe and have that sticking underneath so it sits on the base of the box. What I'm going to do is, now I can see that my lid is my lid is in place. It hasn't been stuck yet, but it's in place. I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to mark where my tab sits. So I've flipped my tab back and I'm just putting a pencil mark where my tab is sitting. I'm going to take this apart and then, using my craft knife and ruler, I'm going to cut a slot along my pencil mark. There's my slot, and I'm just going to check that my tab fits through, which it does. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn my piece around so that my slot is in the square nearest me. So that's my back. I'm going to apply glue to my tab and adhere back in place, lining up the top of my tab with the top of the back panel, making sure that's all in the right place. And there we have our box ready for decoration. So if you didn't have time for decoration, you can make this out of a sheet of pattern paper. You wouldn't have to do any more decoration to it. I think what would be quite nice is, because of the way these side sections fold in like so, what you could do is, in these little gussets here, you could have a hidden message, or you could stamp a little hidden message, or you could use those to write your message in. So I'm going to go ahead with my decoration. So here's the finished decorated box. I've used Craft Consortium Ink Drop Sunset paper, and I've used a flower die from a Lisa Horton set which I've built up hibiscus, and here it is. So again, the box opens like so. I've added a hidden message on one of the inside panels, and I would add my other message on this panel. And the great thing about this box is, if you forget to add your message, you can fold it down flat, write your message, and then put the box together again. These are quick and simple, and you can make them in advance, store them flat like so, and then decorate when you're ready. And you could use the same process without having to deconstruct the base of the box at all, up to having 4 inches square. So you could use a sheet of 12 by 12, score at 4 and 8, and rotate it and score at 4 and 8, and then make your lid in a separate piece of cardstock. So quick, simple and really easy to put together. And again, these two pieces just fold against each other. Your gift goes inside. These two pieces fold against each other. Lid comes over. The two flaps sit on the inside of the box, like so. The front comes down, folds over and locks in place. If you've enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time, thanks for watching.